I'm at Manhattan Motorcars in New York City to check out some of the cars they have in stock. So first up, we've got this Spyker C8 Spyder in silver with a gorgeous interior with quilted stitching. Now this car is very quirky and very expensive. It costs $250,000, but it's very rare, which makes it worth it. You've got C8 Spyder badging on the side, these unique wheels, and take a look at the fuel cap. It matches the Spyker logo seen on the front and back of the car. A very unique logo, and you've got writing on the exhaust tips here. So this car actually has scissor doors, so they go up vertically just like the Lamborghini Aventador, and it has an engine taken from Audi, the 4.2 liter V8 engine that makes between 400 to 620 horsepower depending what Spyker model it is. Believe it or not, the Spyker C8 started production in 2000, and it takes design cues from the 1999 Spyker Silvestris V8 concept car, but the proportions have been changed vastly for the C8 Spyder. Spyker is a Dutch company, so all of these cars are assembled in the Netherlands, and this specific car has a 6-speed manual transmission. So taking a look at the car, you've got these vents over the fenders to let air out of the wheel wells. You've also got some more right here, and you also have an air intake on the side of the car here to cool the engine. Now Spyker is known for their incredible craftsmanship, especially with the interior. So just look how intricate this interior is. Look at the instrument cluster, look at the gauges, the dials. It really is something to behold. And there's quilted stitching everywhere in this interior. The seats, the doors, and it looks so, so good. And what I especially love is that the AC vents here are in the shape of the Spyker logo. Taking a look at what else is up here on the 5th floor, we've got a gorgeous 1990s Porsche Carrera RS, and these things are not cheap. They can go for as much as $500,000 in today's market, and I think it looks best in silver. This is a very, very clean example. You've also got this completely original Porsche Carrera 2. Here's a gentian blue Porsche 911 Carrera S. And what you'll notice at the back here is that there's 9 slats here, 9 slats here, and 2 in the middle, so it can mean 992 or 911. A Porsche 911 Turbo S exclusive series. Now a fun fact about this car is that Porsche only made 500 coupes and 200 cabriolets, so the cabriolets are obviously not only more rare, but for that reason more expensive than the coupes, but the coupes are still very expensive. This specific one is for sale for over $300,000, and what makes this car so cool is that first, this one's in golden yellow metallic paint, but you can get it in other colors as well. For example, I've seen some in white and some in black, but you've got these carbon fiber stripes on the front hood, as well as carbon fiber mirrors, Porsche exclusive manufacturer fender badges, these unique carbon fiber wheels that are an option that cost nearly $15,000. You've also got carbon surrounding this air intake, as well as on the rear spoiler, which is currently extended. I mean, how crazy are these carbon fiber wheels? I recently saw these wheels on a regular 911 Turbo S, one that wasn't an exclusive series, but I think they look best on the exclusive series. You've also got carbon here by the exhaust tips and the rear diffuser. And would you look at that, we've got not one, not 2, but 3 Rolls-Royce Cullinans. Most people refer to this car as an SUV, but Rolls-Royce prefers to call it a high-bodied vehicle. So these 2 here are actually black badges, which are more sporty versions of the Cullinan, and you can tell by these unique wheels, as well as the black chrome on the front grille. And it's hard to show on camera just how big this vehicle really is. I mean, it's huge. It feels way bigger than the Bentayga, although the Bentayga is pretty similar in size. This here is a regular Cullinan, not a black badge one. Here we've got a Lamborghini Huracan Spyder with the Giano wheel design in black with yellow brake calipers and yellow accents. So this car makes 610 metric horsepower, and in American horsepower that's just 602 horsepower, and the 4 denotes that this car is all-wheel drive. You've got Huracan Spyder written here, which I guess the owner added after the fact. This specific one has carbon fiber bucket seats on the interior, which is very uncommon for this car, especially a Spyder, but you definitely want those if you're going to take your car on the track. You've also got yellow leather on the interior and for the center stripe of the seat. That yellow carries onto the mirrors and on the front hood here, as well as in the front. So let me know in the comments if you guys like this Huracan Spyder. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it definitely is unique. How's this for a size comparison? We've got 2 Bentley Bentegas, and right next to that is the regular Rolls-Royce Cullinan. It sounds weird calling a Rolls-Royce regular, but what I'm trying to say is that's not one of the black badge ones. But here is a Bentayga Mulliner with a 2-tone exterior and a really, really nice interior with quilted stitching and these Mulliner wheels. Back here we've got 2 completely different cars, a Lamborghini Huracan rear wheel drive, and you can tell because of the different front bumper as compared to the Huracan all-wheel drive, which came out first, and an old Porsche Carrera. Now, as beautiful as this car is, I love modern technology, I love Lamborghinis, and I love the Huracan, so I'm definitely taking this. This color is called Arancho Borealis, and it looks quite good with these silver wheels, although I think it would look better with black wheels to make those orange brake calipers pop a bit more. Back here you've got the glass engine bonnet option, so you can view your 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10 engine. You've got the firing order for the cylinders right there, and you've also got this really cool forged composite material back here, and it seems like a lot of people that aren't car enthusiasts don't know much about this material. They think it's dirty, they try rubbing it to get the dirt off, but that's how it looks. This is how forged composite looks, and this material is all over the Huracan Performante. I absolutely love the Y-shaped taillights, and this one has black chrome exhaust tips which look really good. Overall, a very menacing, aggressive looking car. You gotta love the ducktail on the Porsches. I absolutely love the look of the ducktail. And this spec is quite nice too, white with the red accents and a black interior. If you thought the other Huracans were cool, take a look at this. The Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, a full-on race car. If you couldn't already tell by all the crazy aerodynamics, that huge rear wing at the back. This is Squadra Corse, the name of Lamborghini's racing team. I mean, these fender louvers are just insane. How gorgeous is that gloss carbon fiber front splitter? And you've got these 2 deep outlets on the front hood to increase downforce. So air comes through the front, comes up here, goes along the windshield, pushes down on the car. Some air goes into this roof scoop here. The rest of the air gets split by this central fin, gets pushed under the rear wing for downforce. So to keep this car's curb weight as low as possible, it uses a good amount of carbon fiber, so the body components are made of carbon fiber. But what differentiates it from the last Super Trofeo is the aerodynamics package, which has been redesigned by Lamborghini and Dallara Engineering. So their goal was to maintain the same high downforce of the previous model while achieving higher overall aerodynamic efficiency, so most of the exterior design has been reworked. And this fin is something you might see on a Le Mans prototype car or a Formula 1 car, and it was designed to substantially increase lateral stability. So this is especially helpful when taking fast bends, and it also helps reduce oversteer, resulting in better driving stability and faster cornering. The air scoop was designed to force feed the engine extra cold air, and it works so well that it actually ups peak torque by 3% when traveling at this vehicle's electronically limited top speed, which improves on the old design considerably. This rear wing is adjustable and it's mounted on top of aluminum pillars, and although these pillars are made of metal rather than composite, they still weigh as much as their carbon counterparts. So the result of all this tweaking is 8% less less drag, which makes a huge difference when you're going very fast on the track. And when this car came out, Lamborghini told customers who own the old Super Trofeo model that they can buy the new body kit and upgrade to the latest spec if they wanted to. Over here we've got a rather plain Porsche 911 GT3 RS in white with barely any carbon fiber parts. These fender louvers are made of plastic. The air intake doesn't have carbon. So a big difference between the GT3 RS and the GT2 RS is that the GT2 RS definitely has more carbon fiber than the 3 RS, but you can always swap out these plastic parts for carbon fiber ones if you wish. I especially love these wheels. And these wheels are standard on this car, same with on the GT2 RS, but if you get the $31,000 YSAC package, you can upgrade to the magnesium wheels on the GT2 RS. This definitely isn't something you see every day. A beautiful deep dark blue Aston Martin Vanquish S with machined carbon fiber emblems. The door handles are flush with the body, just like on the Huracan. Check out that quilted stitching back here. You've also got a carbon fiber roof, completely carbon fiber, and I can't get over how beautiful this paint is. In the Lamborghini showroom here, there's a 2020 Lamborghini Huracan Evo rear-wheel drive in Grigio Hati. Taking a look at the interior of the Huracan Evo, it's the same interior for the all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive variants. So this one is rear-wheel drive. It has the sport bucket seats that are manually adjustable, as you can see here and here, and they are made of carbon fiber. You've got forged composite all over this interior, on this handle on the door, as well as surrounding the AC vents, and for the paddle shifters, you've got a completely leather steering wheel with this yellow contrast stitching and piping throughout the interior. You've also got Huracan branded floor mats and Huracan door sills. So if we turn on the electronics here, you've got a completely digital instrument cluster with the tachometer in the center. The Evo rear-wheel drive produces 602 horsepower, which is less than the Evo all-wheel drive's 631 horsepower. Lamborghini purposely lessened the power output on this car because it is only driven by two wheels, the rear wheels. And because it is rear-wheel drive, it is considerably more fun to drive, being that you can kick the back out. Everything you need is on the steering wheel itself. There are no stalks, so you've got your high beams, turn signal indicators, your windshield wipers, and you also have your drive select switch right here. So right now it's in Strada, which is like comfort mode, Corsa is like race mode, and Sport is in between them. So you just press down like this and it changes, and it also changes the instrument cluster display. So this is Corsa, where you get the full tachometer on the screen, which looks really cool. But if we go back to Sport and back to Strada, the tachometer is smaller. You've got some storage over here, as well as reverse, park, and manual, your electronic parking brake, and this red switch, which allows you to access your engine start-stop button. You've got the touch screen right above that. Up here you've got some general car functions, such as the front axle lift system, so you can raise it or lower it. You've got window switches, hazard lights, and more. One of my favorite parts about having such a large touchscreen in this car is for, of course, navigation. So it pulls up a map of New York City, where we are right now, more specifically Manhattan Motorcars, and it shows you where you currently are, and you can also take your fingers and move the map around. So it's nice having such a big screen, because on the first generation Huracan, the navigation was shown on the instrument cluster, so you just had a little square off to the right to see your navigation, but it's much nicer to have it on this big touch screen. So that was my visit to Manhattan Motorcars in New York City. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.